Jerry's office was the same as always. White, sterile, almost unreal. But the atmosphere was unrecognizable. No sudden vacuum tubes, no lighthearted tones. They had been summoned via an encrypted message, a protocol reserved for black ops. The tension was so thick it almost seemed to absorb the light.
First of all, I thank Melania and Carlo for accepting my request. I know that, as active members of AISE, you were not obligated to do so.
Don't worry, old man. It's always a pleasure to help you out. It's the least we can do to cover this troublemaker's back.
The mission I'm entrusting you with is surveillance and cover. You will be the guardian angels, or the gravediggers, of another squad. I've been contacted by a supposed defector. He claims to be willing to hand over a data chip containing the structure of a terrorist cell in Europe. In exchange, he wants a new identity and a safe escape route. He chose the meeting place, an isolated canyon deep in Death Valley, a place where it's impossible to hide microphones or be overheard. I don't trust him. It reeks of a trap. But I can't afford to ignore the offer. Your task is to observe the meeting from a distance. The actual exchange will be handled by another squad, an expendable unit. You three must confirm the defector's identity, identify anyone else who shows up at the meeting, and, above all, intervene only in case of obvious betrayal. Your primary objective will be to recover the data chip and, only if possible, the defector. The roles are as follows. Carlo, you'll be our eye in the sky. Sniper position on a ridge for overwatch and long-range identification. Melania, tactical command. You will manage communications and strategy from a heavily modified 4x4 vehicle that will serve as a mobile command post. Ricardo, you will be our incursor, a mobile element ready to intervene on foot or with a dirt bike for pursuits on rough terrain. Is everything clear?
Crystal clear, Jerry.
Just one question. Who or what is this guy defecting from?
Jerry closed his eyes for a moment, as if the answer weighed heavy on his tongue. But he was beaten to it by a lower, colder voice.
From Spectre.
It was Ricardo who spoke. The name dropped into the silence of the office like a slab of ice, making everyone shiver. A name they hadn't heard spoken in far too long.
We're not certain. And that is exactly why maximum alert is required. You three are the only ones who truly know him, and the only ones I trust blindly in this situation. All right. If there's nothing else, you are dismissed. Ricardo, not a word to the girls. I'll take care of inventing a plausible excuse for your absence from campus.
Fine.
That evening, the apartment was an arsenal. Weapons, tactical gear, and survival kits were laid out with manic order on the kitchen table. Ricardo moved among the equipment, his concentration absolute.
You look tense.
I'm just focused.
Or maybe, is that a hint of fear?
Not for me.
For the girls. And especially for Sam.
This time a small crack appeared in Ricardo's mask, an imperceptible twitch of his jaw.
Bullseye. Do you think I'm blind? I've seen how your eyes light up when you're with her. You could give it a thought.
Don't talk nonsense. I can't afford cheap romance, and she's not interested in me.
She's not interested in your cover, but maybe if she knew the real Ricardo...
I'd probably send her straight to the madhouse.
Well, if you don't want her, I can always give it a shot.
She's all yours.
My friend, you wouldn't fool a child with that tone. You're lying through your teeth. Hey, boss. Why don't we try to set those two up when this whole thing is over?
Their faces were inches apart. For a moment, Carlo's troublemaker mask vanished, revealing the face of a charming and sincere man. Melania stared at him, her dark eyes scrutinizing him without blinking, a feigned, bored expression that couldn't quite hide something else.
Why not, idiot? But for now, let's focus on the mission. Come on.
Ricardo, who had witnessed the scene, watched them with a strange expression. For a brief moment, his soldier's gaze softened, replaced by something warmer, almost affectionate, upon seeing his only two real friends back together.